All right, so this is the number 2 mentorship call for February. I am super excited to be here with you guys today. A bunch of things we're going to talk about, but first and foremost, I really want to hear from you guys, maybe in the chat, where you're at with the action items from week 2. Did you get them all done? Did you not get them done? Did you struggle? Was there one thing that you struggled with most? Is there like, I will refresh your memory for those who are unsure what was on it. We had do at least 2 more posts, add 20 people to your list, edit your bio on Instagram, follow the bat, schedule your office hours, and of course, be here today. So let me know your update, kind of a status update of the action items that you did this week. And where you're at, because that will really dictate where we move forward from here. Because ultimately, guys, this business, I said it last week, is about taking action, about doing the things, and less sitting back and soaking in like a sponge and learning all of the things, right? It's all about doing anything, doing the things. Okay, am I the only one that sees nothing in the chat? Okay, I did all but the bio. Okay, awesome. I was thinking that we could talk about the bio here today a little bit. Added more people to my list. Amazing. Linda, me too, meaning everything but the bio. I worked hard on social media and stuff and did use the online checklist, still struggling with reaching out. Okay. Yes. Awesome. 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 Okay. First and foremost, worked hard on posting and sending invites. Way to go, Becky. Okay. First and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about your bio. So your bio, typically before we become coaches and your Instagram is really just for you, your bio usually describes who you are, right? Like mom of 2, loves chocolate, wine, going out, right? Okay, no problem. That's awesome. Okay. So, but once you start using social media as a business and you start using that as like your business platform, your bio should be less about who you are and more about what you have to offer. So you see a lot of people who have they'll have a line that says, I help so and so do whatever, right? So you want to be able so that when people come to your page, they see what you have to offer, not that you're a super cool woman with amazing hair and you love walking on the beach and wine at night, right? You want to be able to showcase what you have to offer. So it's not to say putting in your Beachbody coach link or saying I'm a Beachbody coach, but it's more to think about who your target market is and what you have to offer them. So maybe that's I help women lose 20 pounds at home in 30 minutes a day. Or maybe that's I help women find time for themselves while in the hustle and bustle of mom life. Whatever it is, it's usually some sort of I help statement. So try and start thinking about really who the people you want to help are. And then so that when they come to your page, they'll see, oh, that's me. This is somewhere I want to be. I'm going to get up I have a little bit of where's my PDF? I get rid of it. So here we go. You want it to be kind of what you do plus who you do it for and the problem that you're helping them with plus the solution. So like I teach women how to lose weight, including at home for only 30 minutes, right? That's the solution. So you really kind of want it to be I help to without whatever your solution would be. This takes time. So don't overthink it, but just know that you want to start thinking about who your niche market is, who the people you want to start helping are, and how you can help them. And that your Instagram bio should be less about you and more about who you want to help. So if you've got your wheel spinning and you're unsure about this, it's something that you can take a deeper dive with your coach and say, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? I know for me, it took me a lot of times back and forth of, you can even see mine. If you want to go to my page, you can see what I put. I know Courtney's recently amended hers too, and we went back and forth like a million times on it just to get the right wording and get her niche more specific. So mine is I help working moms take time for them and live a life they are excited about. Courtney's is new, and she said, I help cool moms conquer the hangover life and create a balanced lifestyle they're proud of. So just try and think about who really your niche people are and how you can help them. Like what problem do they have that you are helping to solve? Okay. So that's what we mean by editing your Instagram bio. A lot of people have like that jot form there. That's something you can work towards. It's not urgent right away. It's usually for once you get to the point where you're really starting to have strangers wanting to contact you. So maybe they're a little bit less comfortable to reach you out in a direct message and they'll fill out that form instead. Right now, you guys are really focused on your warm market, the people that you know. They're not gonna fill out a form. They're gonna message you and be like, "Hey Chelsea, what's up?" Right? So don't worry about that yet. But when you do have a link there, do not link them to Beachbody. Link them to a form that they can connect with to you, right? Okay. Just want to read Hal's trouble getting past interested in the challenge pack, but not good at closing. Okay. Forgot the bio. Okay. I think we've got everything else there. So the things I really wanted to touch on from last week was that bio. If you have any questions on what I just said, please put it in the chat and we can talk about it more. In the other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm going to see our action list, was the bio and my page here. Following the bat every single day and your posts. So how many posts did you guys get up this week? How many posts and how many days did you put stories? Natalie, you're amazing. That's awesome. Wow, huge. One post every day. Oh my God, you guys are killing it. Okay, amazing. Now it's time to keep showing up. Like a lot of this is about consistency over longevity over a period of time, right? People are going to watch and they're going to be like, wow, that's amazing. I love what you're doing. But they're going to keep watching because they're going to be like, is this just a thing or is this a thing? Right? So it's up to you now to keep showing up regularly. It's not enough just to do like a, hey guys, I'm doing the thing, and then 2 weeks later not do anything. It's actually like you're ruining it. You need to start showing up regularly to show your consistency, to show that you mean business, to show that you're serious about it. Because people, once you kind of put it out there, now people are going to start to watch. They're going to be curious to see how serious you actually are. And the more you show up, the more credibility you're building in this, the more you are showing that, yes, this is actually a thing. So I really hope that you guys printed this off. I have mine laminated because then I can just like re-amend it every day, every week. I really hope you guys are following this. This is literally what you want to do every single day. Okay. Awesome. You guys are killing it. Okay. Moving forward to this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about Emerald and signing up two coaches, not three, two coaches to be underneath you so you guys can get to that first rank. A lot of what Beachbody, the compensation plan is that it like, yes, you're making money on commissions that you sell to everybody, but a large percentage of your income can come from team volume. And you don't open up that option to you until you get to Emerald and you kind of open up that compensation plan by getting some people underneath of you. So initially, the idea is that you want to sign up your spouse or sign up your mom or somebody close to you on your weak leg. I hope by now that you guys have had some chance to watch some of the compensation videos in the back office. If you haven't, write that down. It's super important. They do a really good job on making it clear. So best that you watch those. And then if you have questions, lean into your coach for sure. But ultimately, every coach has two legs if they're linear lines. One you share with your coach, and that is your strong leg, because you and your coach and any of the coaches they've put on that leg, you're all contributing to that same leg, right? So you may even see some people under you there that like you're like, I didn't sign those people up, right? They're coaches under you on that leg. Any volume they create is contributing to you, but they're not your coaches. They're not your personally sponsored coaches, right? And that just shows you the strength of that leg, that you're all building and contributing to that together. The next leg is going to be your weak leg. And that's one that you start on your own. You're going to be putting coaches there and they'll put coaches there. And that will be their strong leg because they're on the leg with you. Right? So that's why I can't say, okay, your left is strong and your right is weak, because everybody's lefts and right are different depending on where your coach put you and what line you're on with your coach. So if you don't know, that's a question to talk to your coach about, okay, what's my strong leg? What's my weak leg? And where do I want to put my first coach? I will say now from here forward, I'd say for the next year, at least, anytime you're adding a new coach, I would talk to your coach and say, okay, let's strategize. Where should I be placing this coach? Okay. Because once you add a new coach, you only have 10 days to then switch them somewhere else, to move them to another leg. So it's pretty serious. You want to make sure you're being strategic about where you're placing people and looping in your coach so that you guys can have a discussion and figure out what's best. First and foremost, you need to figure out which leg is your strong and which leg is your weak. Okay. From here, you want to sign up your spouse. I know at the beginning when someone said that to me, I was like, well, this just sounds like a scam. Like, why would I spend more money and sign up my spouse? And then then that's another account that I have to have 50 PV every month for. So, what I tell people is that if you're unsure about this business, if you're unsure about how long you're going to do this business, if you're like just kind of maybe figuring it out, don't sign up your spouse because it will cost you extra money every month. But if this is something that you really want to do and you see yourself doing this long term and you see yourself making a lot of money doing this, you want to sign up your spouse first. You want your spouse to be at the top of your leg so that anybody you add underneath him, he will benefit from. If you decide, okay, 2 years from now, you're like, wow, I'm really killing it. I'm going to sign up my spouse now. Well, all the people you've signed up between now and 2 years from now, he won't benefit from that. He'll be at the bottom. Okay. So at the beginning, I was like, all right, well, I'm doing this. So I signed him up. And for the first year, really for the first 2 years, I was just I would order my Shakeology under my account. And then under his account, I would order my Energize and Recover. And it is what it is. Like he wasn't making money. I was just buying stuff from him, but I kept his spot at the top of my leg. And now, once I got to 2-star, this is a little bit more complex, and this comes down to the strategy of where you place people. I placed my second business center because when you get to 2-star, when you have 2 diamonds underneath you, you get to reopen yourself. So I added another Erin Yakubuski onto my lines, and I put her under him. So now he is making money from me. And every week, we now get 3 paychecks from Beachbody. So even though my husband isn't actively working the business, we are doing it together. He makes a paycheck from Beachbody every week. So this is something that now is paying off of, but that's having the long-term sight of vision of this business. So like I said, if you're unsure and you're just kind of doing this as a hobby and this is really just fun for you, well, no, don't spend more money than you need to every month. But if you are serious about this business and you're committed and you see yourself working for 2-3 years at this, then yes, sign them up right away. It's the best thing anybody ever told me. And then now I'm making 3 paychecks off of Beachbody every week. If you have any questions about that, please ask. Now's the time. How much is it per month? Okay, so it's just like it is for you. He would be a coach. So he would pay the $20 or $16 if you're in the States coach fee, and then you would have to pay 50 PV a month to keep him active. So that's usually, like I said, I would order my Energize, or sometimes I order Greens Plus from him. 90 PV is like a pack, right? So is Shakeology or the Performance Stack. So it's less than that. So, but it's still probably about $100 a month. You sign up spouse as a discount coach or full coach. So great question. A discount coach and a full coach is the same thing. It's a coach. Beachbody doesn't actually recognize the term discount coach. A coach is a coach is a coach. A discount coach is something that coaches have kind of coined, somebody who signs up, but really only signs up for the discount and doesn't actively work the business. So that's something that we use as a term, but a coach is a coach is a coach. You sign up, you get the same benefits, you pay the same amount of money. It's 40 in the States for coach. I ordered Shakeology off him and Energize and Hydrate. Is that okay? Right. So when you first sign up as a coach, either you get the challenge pack and the initial coach fee is waived, or if you're looking to just sign up your spouse, I think it's $39 in the States. It's $49 as an initial coach fee. And then you want to actually purchase some products so that they become active. A lot of people end up purchasing like the coach sampler or something, so you can try out a bunch of different products and then make it worth your while, right? How much is it per month? Can you sign up as both? Yeah, okay. I think I answered all those questions. If you have any other questions, when he signs up, do you have to sign him up with a challenge pack or just as a coach? I think I just answered that. So you can sign him up with a challenge pack. You'll get 2 points for it. But if he's not going to do the workouts, if he's not going to benefit from Beachbody On Demand, then that is a waste of money for you, right? So just sign him up as a regular coach, get the coach sampler or something close to 50 PV that you would actually want to try. Like maybe you want to try Greens Plus, maybe you want to try different kind of Energize, maybe you want to try Hydrate. Like the more products you try, the more you can speak to, right? Okay, so I hope that really helps you. Ultimately, guys, in order to get to energize, in order to get to Emerald and open up the compensation plan, you just need your spouse, your mom, your sister, somebody close to you that's going to be that other controlled account, and one other person. And that one other person can be what we coin a discount coach, somebody who's really just looking to get the discount every month. It doesn't actually have to be somebody that's looking to work this business. Oftentimes, that's how it works. You sign up your spouse and then you sign up one other friend who you're like, hey, I'm signing you up to get the discount. And that's it, right? Lo and behold, you're at Emerald and you're off to the races. I have my aunt who isn't a legal US citizen, but she wants BOD. Can she be a customer under me? Is she in the States? Is that what you mean? She's in the States, but she's not legally allowed to be there? I don't know. You don't need to put in, you just need an email address. So I think that that's fine. Email address, and as long as she has an address to be at, but that I'm not totally sure. Okay. Moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about, we talked about consistency. I want to talk a little bit about your social media. So from here forward, now you're talking about working out, you're talking about healthy living. I want to make sure that that's just something that you're sprinkling in to the rest of your content. It's not all of the content now. Okay. You're not all of a sudden a health and wellness person and you forgot about all the other like passions and hobbies and things that you used to do. That can be annoying to people if you're all of a sudden just like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and everything I post is Beachbody, right? People still want to see you. And that's the whole point of social media, is sharing you in an authentic, like genuine way. So now you're still going to do that. You're just going to share a little bit more about health and fitness too. So you're going to share about, going out for coffee with a friend if you want, or about your kids if you want, or whatever else is going on in your life. Try and figure out some things that you can share, that you want to share, that are happening in your life. It's not to say you have to share everything. Maybe you pick a certain parts of your life that you want to share, but just start sharing in a really genuine way so that people can start watching you, like really liking you and feeling excited to watch you. If it's always just your workout clips, people will get bored of it and they won't be excited to watch it anymore. You want people to still be excited to watch what you have to what you're posting every single day. Okay. The other thing, how many of you have created a BOD group? Just Amanda. Okay. So this week, everybody needs to create a BOD group. Oh, and Sue-Ann, I see you. Oh, and Becky. Oh, I love you guys. You're so cute with your like hands up. I love it. This week, everybody needs to create a BOD group. And once you do it, you're going to be like, oh, that was so easy. It's so easy. It's literally like point, click. They even have the pictures there for you. You can pick pictures. It doesn't need to be something like out there crazy. And it's just a group. Okay. Create a BOD group, have it start a few weeks from now, wherever you decide, but you need to start thinking of something that you can invite people to. If you don't have a group and a start date, then inviting is kind of weird. If you have something that you're proud of, that you're excited about, that you're doing, then inviting to it is easier. Once you get one person committed to you, then it's exciting. You're like, I have this group starting in 2 weeks. I have another woman doing it with us. Why don't you join us? We're going to all try and do this together starting this day. Are you in? For those of you who felt like a little shy reaching out to people, I get it. But you need to create that BOD group and feel confident that you have something to invite to. Once you have a day, you have a program that you're thinking you're doing. Once you have a plan, it feels easier to do it. And honestly, once you have 1 or 2 people with you, then you have a group you're inviting to. When we invite, do we make BOD mandatory? Yeah, that's what you're offering. I mean, I've had people who are like, oh, the group thing's not my thing. And I'm like, no problem. Like, here, I can set you up with workouts and like, I'm here for you. But That's the whole exciting part about what you guys are doing right now is that you're building community, you're creating community, you're creating a group to invite people to. So yes, that's the whole invite, right? Otherwise, you would be a classic, typical Beachbody person who you're like, hey, do Beachbody with me. And that's not what this is about. You want to create a community of amazing people who are like-minded to you, who you want to do this with. So once you create that, the actual physical space on bod groups, it'll feel easier to invite to it. I started a bod group before getting more info about what kind to do, and all good though. Didn't we have a Zoom call recently about doing a 5-day free trial group? You can do whatever you want. If you want to do a free trial group, go for it. I personally think that you have a lot to offer. You don't need to start giving it away for free right now. You can do a group and invite your people to it. You all have a network of people who know, like, and trust you already, who would benefit from doing this with you, and ask them to do it with you. Like, as simple as ripping off a Band-Aid, as simple as inviting somebody to go out to coffee. How do we offer free offer? So if you go into share a cart right at the beginning, after you've typed in their email, their name, whatever, at the bottom it says enroll without purchase, you can click that and that will give them a free bod. Or you can go into share a cart and find the bod, and if you choose the 3-month one, it will give them a 2-week free trial to begin with. But let them know they've just done the 2-week free trial, and it will automatically roll into the 3-month bod. And that sucks. That sucks for you. It sucks for them. They're going to pay way more money doing a 3-month bod than they were if they got the challenge pack and paid for the whole year. Not to mention, they're not getting the nutrition programs. They're not getting Shakeology. They're not getting the performance line. They're not getting the total solution. You're just setting them up with some virtual workouts. That's it. And we have more to offer than that. So be careful when you're doing the free trial. I never offer the free trial, to be honest. It's only if somebody asks for it that I'm like, yeah, sure, test it out. But I never lead with that. If they get to the point where they're like, I only want to try it to see if I like it, then I always check in around day 10 and say, how are you liking it? If you love it, let's set you up with a package that works for you, instead of you rolling into the 3-month on demand that's going to charge you more over the long run and not give you everything that you need. Okay. Be confident in the total solution if providing people with workouts, nutrition plans, and the supplements. Because just doing the one, you're not getting, you guys all know, if you're just doing the workouts, you're not getting the nutrition, you're not going to get the results. You just aren't. Okay. Yes, and the prices went up and it's more expensive. Totally. Okay, so make sure that you have that bod group and you feel confident to invite to it, because it's awesome. And bod groups is so simple. And you would just be in there checking in with them. You can add any content from our stuff that you want. All right. Okay. So going back to my list here, next week, we're going for Emerald. We're going to follow this fat every single day. We're going to add more people to our list. And then we're going to start focusing on personal development. How many of you guys here are reading some sort of personal development book every day? Awesome. Are you reading something that someone else recommended or that you saw other coaches using on Instagram? Or you feel like you're actually reading something that's helping your like personal limiting beliefs? Because personal development is personal. It's about you and you like really working on you. It's not about flipping through the quote book or Heart Talk and reading that. It's about you working on your limiting beliefs so that when you're going through the roller coaster of this business, you feel strong enough to go through it. This is, like I said, it can be a roller coaster, but you need to be not just physically fit, but mentally fit to withstand it. You are going to have people who are going to not respond to your message. You are going to have people who are like, no, that's not for me. You are going to have people who make you feel like this is whatever. You need to be mentally strong to get through that stuff. Becky, do you have a question, or I see your hand up? No. Okay. You need to focus on that kind of stuff, or else this business won't be for you for the long run. It's just the reality. So I know that some of you said you struggle. I can go right back to the beginning. We talked about the bio. We talked struggling with reaching out. Ash, did you want to speak to that a little bit? What are you struggling with in terms of reaching out? Because I'm sure everybody else is struggling with the same thing.
I'll try. I've got two little gremlins here that won't leave me alone, but
that's okay.
Get down. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I guess there's just this fear, like this anxiety of people saying no. I mean, I was always brought up that when someone says no, that no means no. And so when I've reached out to people and they've declined the offer, I'm reluctant to go back to them to say, hey, like, is the time right now? And I think back to Erin, like my own experience and how many times you had to come back to me to say, hey, like, are you interested this time? Are you interested this time? Like, so badly, I want to do that. But I just keep, I guess, getting stuck in my own head that like, they've already said no. And I just don't want to appear pushy. I don't know. They're also friends of mine, right? So I don't want to, I guess I'm just a little bit concerned about annoying them to the point that I don't know, that it could potentially affect our friendship. Like I can appreciate that we're not all into the same thing or at the same stage in terms of our own journey and development, what have you. But yeah, I just sort of get tripped up a little bit when they've already said no.
Okay, so you're less concerned about the initial reach out and more with the follow-up. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm fine to connect and say, hey, I saw that you liked my story, or I saw that you commented on my picture or my post, whatever. Like I've got a couple girlfriends that I've already sent share cards to, and then they've just completely ignored it. And I think, Erin, I was telling you the other day, like I know that she's been online and she's clearly avoiding the conversation because maybe she doesn't want to feel obligated to have to respond, or she's not ready to respond one way or the other. But yeah, it's like the circling back. I just don't want to be annoying, I guess.
Yeah. And that's like, you're not annoying, first and foremost. I think at some point, sometimes people aren't ready and they're avoiding you, not because of you, but simply because they themselves are like, oh God, I'm not ready for this. You can't be afraid to follow up though, because at the end of the day, your job is an accountability coach. And if at first somebody, like the first time somebody fails to show up, you're just like, okay, it's all good, then you're literally not doing your job. Like I've had people join me because I follow up and they're like, wow, you actually are going to hold me accountable to this. That's literally your job, is to help people to stick with their health and fitness. So the second that they're like, oh no, I'm not doing it, you bail too, it proves that you're not going to show up for them. I think that there's a way to follow up that is caring and thoughtful and saying, hey, like, know that this is know that you're interested in this, know that this was something you want to do. I don't want you to miss out. Like, I'm here for you. Let me know what's up. Like, there's a way to be genuine. And I think as long as you yourself know that you're being genuine and you're doing this for them and you're not doing this for like 2 SC points, but that you genuinely want them to join, it comes across differently, right? It's all in how you perceive it, but or how you approach it. But following up is a huge part of this business. It really is. So if I'm feeling they're not ready, I'll leave it. And then I'll loop back like a week after we started. And I'll say, hey, really missed you guys starting out this month. We have a group one starting next month. Do you want me to follow up for you for that? Do you want me to follow up, or do you want me to add you to my list for that one? And we can talk in a month. And sometimes when you like, literally, I'll say, start mentally preparing now. Like if they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds good, I'll say, start mentally preparing now. Because some people, and like joke, haha, whatever, but like, I'm serious, because some people need that mental preparation in order to commit to something, right? When people say no too, I often say, hey, would you like me to follow up with this maybe in a few months, if that would work better for you? Like asking for permission to follow up when they first say no for a certain reason. Like if they say no, money's too tight right now, or I'm too busy right now, then I'll say right then, are you okay if I follow, or how about I follow up in 3 months and we reassess then? And that way and they'll be like, yeah, sure. Everybody says, sounds good. And then you have permission to loop back. That I think is great. That works out all the time, depending on what their reason for not joining is. Um, but yeah, you have to have confidence in the follow-up, because literally almost nobody signs up on the first ask. There's like, I gotta find it. I'll find it and then drop it in the chat for us. But it's like this sales analogy where it's like the first time you ask, 90% say no. And then by the time it's like the seventh time you follow up, 90% people say yes. Right. So it's like truly it all comes down to the follow-up. Okay, questions here. How often do you do loop back? Like I said, I guess it depends. If you've asked somebody, they say yes, and then you gave them the share cart and they're not responding, I'll loop back every 2 days. Maybe I'll do that 3 times, and then I'll wait, like I said, and I'll say, okay, we missed you this month. Um, do what feels right to you. If you find that people are definitely ghosting you and avoiding, then I'll just start commenting on their stuff or start engaging on other things. I'll try and reopen the communication in another way, because they're obviously not ready. They're obviously avoiding. And truly, that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with where they're at and what they're not, or they are or not ready for. So I try and re-engage the conversation. I'll comment on their stories, that kind of stuff, to just get back, you know? I'm feeling rejected. Everyone is saying no. Yeah, of course. I feel rejected all the time. That is part of this. You will feel rejected. People will say no. And that's what I meant about being consistent and showing up anyways, because now you're putting it out there, you're dropping those seeds. And unless you continue to show up, people are going to be like, yeah, I knew she wasn't going to, I knew this wasn't going to be a thing. You have to prove them wrong now. The reality is that health and fitness is super personal, guys. And what you love isn't necessarily what everybody else is going to love too, right? Um, but they don't know what they don't know. And you need to continue to show them how much you love this and why you love this, and that this actually works, and doing this at home actually works. And that takes time. So people are saying no, then continue moving on to other people. Like for me, Success Club in the beginning, some people are like hating it out the charts off like SC20, SC40. I struggled to hit SC6 in the beginning. I really did. So I get it. It's hard. You have to just keep making your lists of people and moving on. You got to just keep moving on, because you will find people who are interested. Okay, there's so many questions here I'm missing out. I feel like the consistency of us showing up and showing ourselves weekly will also help bring people to us naturally. Is this accurate? Will help bring people to you naturally. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you clarify? Nobody is going to knock on your door. I'm telling you this now. Like hardly nobody is like, hey, I like that workout. What are you doing? You need to ask them. If you think that you posting your workout videos is enough for people to come to you and say, hey, I want to do what you're doing, you're wrong. That's not true. Very few. You have to put out the advertisement, put out the joy, put out the problems to the solutions to your problems, share why you're doing this, share why you love it, share the transformation you've had, share how you're like more confident, more patient, all the things. And then you have to reach out to people and be like, hey, I'm in love with this. Do you want to do it with me? Because people are way too shy. You're up here, guys. I hope you realize this. Like, you are shining bright up here. You are on a high. You are loving life. You are doing such great things, and people are watching you being like, I am not there. That is intimidating. Like, your joy is intimidating to people. They will not reach out to you and say like, oh my God, what are you drinking? I need that shake. Nobody. Okay. It's great what you're putting out there. The joy, all of it is amazing. You need to invite people in. Like that. It's the whole invite to the party, right? People advertise a party. You're not showing up unless they actually invite you to come. Okay. What is your follow-up to rebuttal? I looked into it and I don't feel this platform is for me. Did you provide them stuff, or like they looked into it on their own? Who is this? Natasha. I always, guys, almost every rebuttal, I use the feel, felt, found, provided something that my coach recommended. Okay. I always use the feel, felt, found. I totally feel you. I used to think the same thing. I was absolutely against this at first. I didn't think I needed this. What I found was, When I actually tried it, the workouts were amazing. I loved how it made me feel. I feel you. I felt the same way. What I found, you have to meet them where they're at and like validate how they're feeling. So talk it through. I would talk it through and find out more about why they don't feel the platforms for them. And maybe it's totally justifiable and it's not for them, right? But I would talk more and I would do the validate, like feel, I felt, I found. Um, I thought you were offering an accountability group on social media, but I've already committed to a different program with someone else. But if it doesn't work out, I may check it out. Awesome. If somebody says they found something else, I'm always excited for them. Find out what they're doing. That's so exciting. What are you doing? Can't like tell me more about what you're doing. I'm excited for you. Way to go. Like good for you for doing like getting back into health and fitness. Like that's amazing. Find out more details. What are you doing? Like tell me, like be excited for them. And then when it doesn't work out, you're looping back. Like I would put them on my follow-up list. If they said, oh, I'm doing a 30-day thing, I'll follow up in like 2 weeks, be like, how's it going? Are you loving it? Are you still sticking with it? Are you staying accountable? How are you feeling? Be the person that's excited for them, that checks in. And when it doesn't work out, you're there to help them with what you have to offer. Becky, making that connection on a different level first, like to Beachbody when we reach out and see if they're being, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's a comment to something else. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions specifically? Because I really want this to be a value for you guys. Ultimately, it's scary to reach out to people at the beginning. I totally get that, but that is the only way that you're going to be able to like share the good news and help people. So it's two-part. You have to share your stuff on social media so people actually see what you're doing. It's not enough to just do one post and hope people come to you. It's also not enough just to do your workout clips. You need to be sharing yourself a little bit more than that. And you also need to be inviting people directly and having direct conversations and inviting them in. They see your joy, they're excited, they want to be a part of it. You need to invite them. Is there a pack that in your experience you've seen is most popular for beginners? Like a challenge pack, you mean, Becky? Yeah. It depends what program's going on right now, right? So right now, the packs that are on sale are, I think it's still the 30-day breakaway. Can't even remember now. And the 9-week control freak. Honestly, 9-week control freak is amazing. If you think that the person's fitness is up to it, like I would do that one. Even if you're like, oh, they might get there in a month or two, I would do that one because they get so much equipment and they can do that program after. So often I would sell the 9-week control freak and have them start with 21-day fix and then work up to 9-week control freak. Or I just sell the general annual pack. If they're not sure and they just want to get going, I'll sell them the annual pack that's on sale $186. That's like not program specific. Should I be posting on my story a workout every day or just some kind of story every day? Both every day. Your workout every day and something else about your life every day. I would aim for that. Even like guys, I get that this is a shock and that this is going from 0 to 100. So if that's where you are, start where you're comfortable and start where you're at. I think I said it last week at the beginning. I would post a picture. I couldn't even do video. I would post a picture of my shoes and my weights and was like, check, done. Like just do something. Do something every single day. Even if it's one story, do something every day. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get, the more easy it'll feel, the more creative and fun you'll be with it. But you have to like rip off the Band-Aid and do something. Okay. I'm super excited for you guys. Okay. So this week coming up, the plan is everybody's going to add a BOD group. Everyone's got this printed off. We're going to start talking about coaching and adding some coaches to our team. Now, talking about coaching, you can start doing that in posts. You can start doing that in your stories. You can start by talking about like the mentorship you're getting, the training you're getting, about how you're excited to be helping other people with this. You're excited to be like creating a community. Like think about what you actually are really liking about this and talk about that. And then I think everybody's good on personal development. For the most part, it looked like everybody was doing things. Becky, this is the business, what do they call it? The Success Club System Business Activity Tracker. We often call it BAT for short, Business Activity Tracker. You can find this in your back office. Okay. It's like a checklist of what you should be doing every single day between being the proof of the products, connecting, inviting, following up, getting people results, and doing personal development. This is the Bible. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys, I hope this was useful for you. I can't wait to see all your activity on social media. I hope that you are feeling a little bit more confident in inviting. It is something that you will get more comfortable with over time. I promise you, but it does take ripping the Band-Aid off. All right. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Have a great day, and we will chat soon. See you later.